morning, everyone. We are glad that you have joined us at the first of its kind, the 2020 quarantine commencement. I am Tim Bainham, and I have the honor of serving as principal of Blacksburg High School. It is a privilege for me to greet students, parents, family, faculty, school board members, and Dr. Meyer here on this beautiful, anxiously awaited day. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the BHS administrative team, Adam Simpson, Melissa Hipple, and Guyleen Wood-Setzer, for their commendable work with students and their families. I'm also appreciative of the senior class sponsors, Amy Stevens and Jennifer Scharzer, who have provided an unwavering foundation for daily success at BHS. An extraordinary thank goes to BHS teachers, coaches, and counselors who are distinctively committed to the well-being and success of every student. These caring professionals are devoted to the academic and social development of each student who walks through our doors. And we are exceedingly appreciative of the Blacksburg Police and Fire Departments and Virginia Tech as they help us adhere to CDC regulations and create a seamless drive-through traffic pattern for our commencement ceremony. Our community is fortunate to have such service-minded stewards during these unprecedented times. And these are unprecedented times. "I wish it need not happen in my time," said Frodo. "So do I," said Gandalf. "And so do all who live to see such times. But it is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time given." In J.R.R. Tolkien's classic, The Fellowship of the Ring, Frodo, a hobbit, and Gandalf, a wizard, realize that the ring they have is the ring. It is magical and powerful beyond imagination, and its potency is intended to have tremendous impact on others. The weight of the responsibility of both characters at realizing this is the point of the story where it is formidable, and they are yoked with crucial decision-making and are filled with uncertainty. And class of 2020, as offbeat as it seems, this is your time. During my first year at Blacksburg, I've been mesmerized again and again with the quality of character, intellect, empathy, exemplary talents of the members of the senior class at the Spade. From the arts to career and technical expertise to athletics and academics, you certainly have made the most of your time. Your collective achievements are symbolized in the manifestation in the world that needs you, acknowledges your worth, and is eager to have you. So eager, in fact, that your collective scholarship offerings amounted to over $7 million. As Gandalf said, all we have to do is to decide what to do with the time that is given us, and you have chosen to do admirable things. Sam, Frodo's best friend, said, "Folk in these stories had lots of chances of turning back, only they didn't. They kept going because they were holding on to something, that there's some good in this world, Mr. Frodo, that's worth fighting for." Congratulations to each member of the 2020 graduating class. May your story carry the good that's worth fighting for. I now welcome the BHS senior class vice presidents.
Hey guys, I'm Arbi Abazi, co-vice president of the senior class, and I'm honored to welcome you to the class of 2020 graduation ceremony. We'd like to thank you all for coming out under these unusual circumstances and joining us in celebration of all of our accomplishments. Recently, the Blacksburg community and the world at large has dealt with a lot of uncertainty, but I'm so glad that we're able to come together and recognize the amazing achievements of our graduating class. When I turned 6 years old, my family and I moved from our home country of Albania to Blacksburg. Moving so far away from everything I had known at a young age was obviously scary. But there were so many things that I had to adjust to, whether it was the different language or the distance from my relatives. However, the welcoming environment of Blacksburg made that adjustment so much easier. Throughout my 11 years in Blacksburg and 4 years at BHS, I've had the opportunity to become a part of an incredibly tight-knit community made up of hundreds of resilient, compassionate, and service-oriented students and teachers. I've developed close relationships with my peers, who have been an uplifting and reliable source of support, as well as my teachers, who have gone above and beyond to ensure that we are able to grow as much as possible during this incredibly formative time in our lives. It's been an honor to serve as co-vice president of our senior class. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Christina Jones, and I am also senior class co-vice president. Again, welcome to the class of 2020 graduation ceremony. As we know, this year has presented unique challenges. However, the BHS class of 2020 has once again risen to the occasion. Although I am impressed, I cannot say I am surprised by the continued excellence of the Blacksburg student body. These past few months, I've seen my peers persist through their online classes, hold isolated proms, and of course, a socially distanced graduation. Our class has exemplified the strong and hard-working spirit of the Blacksburg Bruins, none of which would have been possible without the help of our wonderful families, teachers, and administrators. I became a Bruin my sophomore year and was utterly amazed by the overwhelming kindness and warmth that welcomed me to BHS. In addition to the positive attitude of our community, I was astonished by the intelligence and academic commitment demonstrated by my new peers. It is this same attitude that has allowed us to overcome the unexpected obstacles of our senior year and will serve us well in whatever our future endeavors may be. I feel blessed to have been a part of such an amazing student body and larger Blacksburg community. I am confident that none of you need it, but I wish each and every one of you the best of luck as your next adventure begins.
Class of 2020, what it do, baby? We out here. My name is Howard Shee, and I am the co-class president with Brandon Fan, and we are so delighted to be here at graduation with you guys. So here we are, 8 o'clock in a parking lot, and never did I ever imagine that I would have to give a graduation speech to a bunch of license plates. But here we are, and so a huge thank you to Dr. Bainum, to Dr. Meyer, to the faculty and staff, and of course, Mrs. Stevens and Mrs. Schartzer for leading us and putting this together. But most importantly, a huge shout out to all the teachers, parents, family, and friends for coming, because without you, we would not be sitting here twinning in our blue robes and caps. Classmates, let me ask the question we've all been asking. Why did we have to have quarantine? It's obviously disappointing. That's all that the parents say to me nowadays. But it's true. We're missing prom, we're missing signing each other's yearbooks at GradFest, we're missing the senior program, and now you're listening to me while sitting inside your car. Definitely not what we expected. It's okay that we're disappointed about how this year may have ended, but maybe we started building on this expectation that we will be defined by the pandemic. It'll be easy to look back and say, class of 2020, the seniors who got quarantined. We'll look back and maybe some bad memories or frustration will come back to us. Why us? The truth is, we didn't choose the pandemic chose us. It was out of our control. But the one thing we do have control over is how we choose to react. Now we have to choose whether or not we will let this pandemic define us, and we will choose not to let this pandemic define us.
Thank you, Howard. Now, as our senior year truly comes to a close, and a new chapter of our lives begin, let us reflect upon the many memories that were made in high school. We made memories in the halls that we roamed, occasionally skipping class, the conversations that we had with friends on the senior patio, little time pockets of laughter and joy, and simply reminding each other, out of all the commotion, that we're valued for who we are to each other and not for what we've done alone. We made memories with our amazing teachers who have taught us just about everything we know, and then some, but yet also laughed with us, grew with us, and even cried with us through all of our times. And we made memories outside of school, out on the sports field and field trips, club hangouts, school events, competition, all of those places where we laughed as time flew by when no one was watching. Class of 2020, reflect upon those memories. For what defines us is unity. What defines us is companionship. What defines us is that we are all family. Now, as we enter this new chapter, Howard and I want to impart some of our own thoughts and goals that we have and hope that our class of 2020 can not only achieve each individually, but also together as a whole. To begin, I want to take you back to my junior year as I sat in my assigned seat in my 1B, Mr. Thomas's A-Push class. Every morning he would ask a bell ringer, a stimulus question, to get our sleep-deprived brains to wake up as much as we could for US history. One morning, he posed the question, what should your generation be called? And I responded with the age of identity. Now, more than ever before, we are who we say we are. Our class fights for the values we believe in and for the causes we support. We don't simply step aside or bystand, but we are proactive to see the change through. We are the change. And in this way, as we hope to shape a better future for ourselves and for the generations after us, let us never forget that the outcomes of tomorrow depend on who we choose to be today. And so we impart 4 characteristics that we call all of you to embody. The first is to be fearless. Life won't be easy, and quarantine hasn't made it any better. Of course, to many, that isn't some newfound revelation. Life is wrought with hardships, heartbreak, and of course, fear. But let us not allow others or the current times define the life that we live or the person that we are. Let us not allow our surroundings determine our successes, but instead fuel our passions and allow our thoughts to run rampant. Class of 2020, we call you to live fearlessly. Be fearless, fighting for the goals that you so readily believe, searching for the next big thing, and yes, even realizing that you may be wrong. Question what is original, what is true. Don't settle for a just because or a that's how it is, but choose to dig deeper. And yet, out of all these things to be fearless for, we call you to be fearless for one more thing. Be fearless in loving one another on our planet that needs just a little more hope.
Second, be a friend. We all know to some extent how hard it can be lonely during the quarantine time. And maybe the only reason we made it through is because of the people that we still get to see. For me, my family has been incredibly annoying. But in this hard time, they've proven to be my best friends because they've been loyal. They've been the people who listen to me, the people who play with me, the people who lose in Mario Kart to me, but most importantly, the people who have shown that they're willing to take care of me. Let your family be your friends. Besides family, we have been more than ever excited to talk to friends outside our homie squad. Some of our favorite activities recently might include Zoom meetings and FaceTimes, and Zoom meetings and FaceTime. But this is just because we have those close friends and peers and teachers whom we miss. And we're just so happy to see their smiles and hear their laughs again. Maybe when I say be a friend, you're picturing your family and your closest friends. Yes, these people are what makes life so fun and fulfilling. Do not forget about the people who are closest to you. Cheer loud with these people, celebrate hard with these people, and hold on tight to these people because you've been through a lot. But when I say be a friend, class of 2020, I also mean someone else besides family and close friends. I mean the person you won't know well, the person who in the future you see a few times at work or a new neighbor who just moved in. Go and introduce yourself and include them in your activities and make them a part of your life. I also mean the person who might be struggling and you may not know it, whether it's a friend you haven't touched base with in a while down the road or a total stranger, someone who a nice comment is what they need in a moment of struggle. For that person who is struggling, whether you know them well or not, you could be their solid rock. You never know what could be going on in someone's life. Be there for someone else. Be that smile in someone's life. Be that reaching hand. Do something without expecting anything back. Do it just for their sake. Then they'll know you care, and sometimes that's all someone needs in a hard time. When this pandemic is over, we will still need each other. Don't forget to look out for someone, an old friend or a new friend, because we all need a friend. Third, be legendary. Be someone worth remembering. There's a lot of talent in our class. 10 years from now, we'll have professional athletes, business owners, and Broadway singers. That's pretty epic. But being legendary isn't about fame and accomplishments. Instead, being legendary means jamming out to what you do best. It means waking up, picking up a passion with purpose, and then pursuing it. It could be you're an absolute legend at playing piano, or an absolute legend at being a mom or dad, or an absolute legend at fixing things for other people. When you walk in, people won't have to say, "Oh, that's the person who," and then fill in the blank with your personality, hobbies, or things you pour out your time and energy for. Instead, people will say, "Oh, that's," and then they'll fill in the blank with your name. People will call you by your name and know all the standout things about what you do and what you excel at. Be known for being awesome at the stuff you love doing. Being legendary also means doing the small things every day and doing them well. All the small things done right will compound into something way bigger that'll last and make others remember you. If you consistently do your chores, speak nicely to others, and are on time, others will respect you and trust you to handle the big things in life if you're able to handle the small things well. And lastly, being legendary means having a character that others look up to. When people say, "Do this or that," and you know it's wrong, stand up for what's right, and people will recognize that you are legendary. Every time you have to make a decision, take the best care of yourself and others. As Anna said in Frozen 2, do the next right thing. Be legendary, someone worth remembering.
Finally, be thankful. Be thankful for the teachers who have walked their paths and chosen to bring up the next generation of entrepreneurs, leaders, and researchers. Those who have worked tirelessly throughout this pandemic to ensure that we're all doing well, checking in on us, emailing us, calling us. They basically did everything they could. Be thankful for your parents who packed your lunches meticulously and precariously ensuring that food was packed to the brim, and the right amount of gummies too. Or helped you on homework assignments and stayed up to late hours, making sure you arrived safely at home from a field trip. Our parents have been our solid rocks for each and every one of us. And now is our turn to pick up the cause. Fellow classmates, look at your parents as they sit beside you. See the amount of love and sacrifice that they have put in behind the scenes to see you grow up to this very moment. Realize how proud they are, even when they don't show it. And they're rooting for you, even when you don't feel it. For they'll be rooting for you here, right now, and for years to come when we're off to college and have our own families. When we have our own kids and realize the sacrifice and grit they had to go through, and we'll thank them even more. And yeah, we'll probably end up becoming like our mom and dad too. And finally, as this speech comes to a close, be thankful for each other, that we spent these last irreplaceable 4 years together at this beautiful school. And sure, maybe we reached a couple of hiccups at the end, but we came through together. Be thankful for all the late night memories, the FaceTime calls, and the more FaceTime calls, the laughter in the cafeteria, and the stories from the classrooms. For the knowledge we gained in these walls, the equations, the grammatical structures, the historical events, they will all pass as we move on to greater things. But the friendships, the memories, the family that we have created will never go away. For together, we are Blacksburg High School. Together, we are the brightest, smartest, and most amazing individuals. Together, we will always be Bruins. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kenza Kadiri, and I'm one of the senior class secretaries. Selma Shi and I are here with the honor of introducing this year's student speaker, Melissa Mang. Melissa has always been an uplifting presence to her classmates and teachers. She was chosen to speak because both the staff and students at BHS recognize her incredible efforts and her outstanding commitment to her community and to her academics. Throughout her years at BHS, Melissa has been president of Arts of Care, historian of the Student Council Association, and a member of both the National Honor Society and the National Art Honor Society. Melissa has been recognized as a National AP Scholar, as well as an AP Scholar with distinction, and has been granted the Academic Excellence Award by the Rotary Club of Blacksburg and Christiansburg. She has also earned the National Merit Scholarship, PEO Star Scholarship, and the Virginia State Golf Association Spencer Wilkinson Scholarship.
Besides her academic achievements, Melissa has also been actively involved with sports. She was on the BHS varsity golf team all 4 years and was the co-captain her senior year. BHS has awarded Melissa the Most Valuable Player Award and Outstanding Senior Award for golf. Beyond the Blacksburg community, she was named Roanoke Valley's Golf Hall of Fame Girls Player of the Year for 3 consecutive years. Melissa has been also involved with community service. She raised over $1,000 for Make-A-Wish Foundation, helped hosted BHS Trivia Night, and served over 55 hours of fine arts community service through NAHS and Arts of Care. Melissa will be going to Harvard University next fall, where she plans to study neuroscience on the pre-med track. She will continue to play golf on Harvard's varsity women's golf team. With that being said, I would like to welcome our student speaker, Melissa Mang.
Well, first of all, thank you so much, Kenza and Selna, for the amazing introduction. And second of all, good morning, everyone. First of all, to all friends, family, teachers, fellow students, and most of all, the graduates of the class of 2020. I can't express enough how honored I am to be speaking to you all on this special occasion. I know that with everything going on, physically graduating may not be anyone's top concerns, but it's definitely still a time for celebration, and I think we can still make the most out of it. I'd also like to thank everyone who made this event possible, because as much as I love Zoom, it's so great to see all of your wonderful faces in person again, at least kind of. Even though the school year didn't end the way we planned, I've slowly learned to accept what happened on March 13th. After all, as hard as it is to be in this situation, I have so much appreciation for the faculty and staff here at BHS for all the hard work they've put into adapting to an online learning environment. Additionally, whether it be the custodian who reached out to try one of our horribly baked cookies in a school fundraiser, or the teachers whose first classes I always seem to miss for golf tournaments, I can't thank the faculty and staff enough for making these past 4 years such a wonderful experience. Reflecting back on the entire school year, there's so much that I could say and want to say about our class and our accomplishments. But I only have 3 minutes. We as a student body have excelled in so many different ways, ranging from academic achievements to state championships, from countless hours devoted to volunteering to successful strides made in activism. We can also boast about having a couple popular TikTokers in our class, along with having had a shark as our homecoming prince back in 2016. All in all, I've had the good fortune of spending the past 4 years surrounded by this amazing community, getting to know many of you personally, and being astounded by all the incredible things that you have done. It's been a long journey, but we finally made it. Tomorrow, I'm gonna wake up having turned a year older, and honestly, it's crazy to even think about. I say this because I know that I'm scared about the future. After all, I still feel like that same kid who walked out onto the senior patio as a freshman 4 years ago. Sometimes I'm not even sure about where I'm going or what I want to do, but I also know that it's okay to be scared or unsure about things. It's okay to not have my life all together. A few days ago, a close friend reminded me that life is transient and that a year or 4 years or 10 years from now, I may not even be the same person that I am now. Surely more experienced and hopefully wiser. But one thing's for sure, still figuring things out step by step as I am now. So I've learned that it's okay if I don't have everything mapped out, because that's all part of the adventure in life. And today marks the beginning of a new adventure for all of us. We're taking a step forward into our future, and like it or not, bringing matters into our own hands. We're crossing that bridge into adulthood and making our voices heard. Already, this class has displayed so much potential, so much determination, so much perseverance, and so much resilience. And as devastating as this current situation is, I truly believe that it brings our class together in a way that no other graduating class can ever imagine or relate to. While we currently live in a time filled with uncertainty, I'd like to consider it more as a potential opportunity for us to rewrite the world the way we want to. So class of 2020, let's continue to go forwards and work hard. History has been passed into our hands to create, and I say we show the world what we're truly capable of. After all, it's about time we begin living our lives the way we want to lead them. So congratulations, class of 2020. We did it.
Thank you, Melissa, for those inspiring and memorable words. I'm Claire Morton. If I had to compare the members of our graduating class to anything, I would say that we resemble a caravan of camels. And not just because we'll all be traveling in a long line of traffic together once this ceremony's over. Domesticated camels are beasts of burden. They can carry over 900 pounds on their backs. When we were freshmen, we might have resembled camels as we swayed through the hallways with our enormous backpacks. Now, after 4 years of high school, our backpacks have been replaced by the less visible, but perhaps even heavier weight of our questions about the future. How will we compete in the job market post-coronavirus? What will our world look like after this pandemic? How will our family and friends be impacted? Right now, we don't have answers, and I'm sure that everyone is feeling the weight of these burdens. But camels are much more than just pack animals. A two-humped Bactrian camel can live in a huge variety of environments, from dry deserts to rocky mountains. They can withstand temperatures of -40 to +104 degrees Fahrenheit. In short, camels are adaptable. This year, we've been required to build up camel-like adaptability because of coronavirus. We learn online instead of the in-person environment that we're used to. We experience a rapidly changing world as sports fields lie empty, silence echoes over the prom dance floor, and we all stay inside. Just like camels, though, we continue to learn and grow in harsh and uncertain conditions. Another characteristic we share with camels is our resilience. Arabian camels use their single humps to store up to 80 pounds of fat, which they break down to gain energy in environments without much food or water. Camels can keep moving, relying only on themselves when the world around them seems harsh and inhospitable. We too store things that keep us going. Our knowledge, courage, and confidence give us the inner strength to persevere against obstacles in our paths. Like camels, we have learned how to push forward through tough times. Camels of 2020. The circumstances surrounding our graduation have helped us become strong, adaptable, and resilient, all essential skills for future success. So, congratulations to my fellow camels, and I can't wait to see what the members of our caravan do next. I would now like to welcome our principal, Dr. Timothy Bainham, for the conferral of degrees.
Thank you, Claire. Ladies and gentlemen, school board members, and Dr. Meyer, by the power vested in me by the Montgomery County School Board and the Commonwealth of Virginia, it is with great pleasure I confer the diplomas of our graduates. After your name is called and you collect your diploma, you shall be henceforth into time considered a graduate of Blacksburg High School, class of 2020, with all the rights and privileges thereof. I have asked Mr. Simpson and Ms. Hipple to join me as we acknowledge each graduate.
Howard James Shee. Brandon Shu Fan. Arbi Abazi. Daniel Albert Menegay. Kenza Adrissi Kadiri. Selna Shi. Maria Grace Connor. Evan Thomas Hicks. Melissa Meng. Claire McNamara Morton. James Lucas Elliott. Logan Virginia Truesdale. Jordan Taylor Stevens. Couple more steps. Zinna Lee Carson. Scott Allen Hudson. Keep going. Keep walking. To the X button. Samantha Amber Higgins. Gavin Robert Snyder. Mia Lazar. Emily Elizabeth Ariano.
Claudia Joanna Kanska. Cole Ambrose Dunlap. Jessica Ann Waisaki. James Robinson Perks II. Nicholas Montgomery Stillwell. Jenna Davis Massey. Anna Shung. Dina Sagai Maroof. Lauren Alexandra Duma. Christopher Andrew Harrison. Swar Mayor Patel. Evelyn Rose Washburn. Jennifer Nicole Arogo. Sarah Grace Hunter. William Shane Hood. Kimber Wingo. Abigail Michelle Martin. Jeremy Scott Oliver. Zachary Stephen Moyer. Benjamin Alberto Calmeda. Alyssa Adora May Harris. Eliza Fulton Cote. Alistair Rosaire St. John Bushy. Cassidy Megan Green. Cypress Marie Ambrose. Ellie Ling St. Martin. Drake Douglas Wickham.
Way to go, Wickham.
Abigail Jane Riley. Omar Al-Amawi. Sebastian Bukvich. Grayson Davis Tilley.
Sage Lynn Peacock. Emma Grace Woolsey. Logan Miller Vance. Benjamin Henry Kramer. He can. Ryan David Castle. Emily Autumn Triplett. George Connor Cheney. Matthew Emmanuel Lucas. Emerson Michael Dove.
Stop on the edge. Stop there. There we go.
Nathan Mark Mathena. Isabella Hope Ankrum. Sarah Marie Harrington Rosario. Blake Andrew Stanaland. Isaac Gabriel Quesada Guzman. Mariana Denise Sanabria Padilla. River Ann Roberts. Iris Kathleen Lehman. Stephen Jeremy Abbott. Sasha Ronan Halfandale. Haley Sarah Freeborn. Cameron Alejandro Jones. Chloe Sophia Jones. Grayson Annalie Lawrence. Eva Marie Moltner. Evan Patrick Hale. Kinsey Webb Verbrugge. Rachel Lynn Day. You're good.
Yes, thank you. Way to go, Dave.
Christina Taryn Jones. Thomas Jordan Frith. Shane Benjamin Potters. Mackenzie Lane Turman. Ainsley Marie Pitkus. Jacob Carrie Scott. Thina Savethanan. Jenna Faith Wazalewski. Nicholas Shoyong Keck. Henry Elmer Myers IV. Shane Ryan McClafferty. Rishab Ravindran. Lydia Jane Payton. Samuel Steele Hughes. Christian Francis Shushak. Brian William Bush. Emma Catherine Bush. Garrett Michael Noble. Stephanie Ruth Wellbaum. Susan Pocarel. Sanvi Acharya. Caitlin Faye Wolf. Sofia Alejandra Sobrado. Alexander Diallo Mills.
Elizabeth Hannah Johnson. Caitlin Janet Curran. Agapi Katerina Halkitis. Skylar Ann Prosser. Rashni Dinesh Bojawani. Grace Noel Madigan. Virginia Ashton Wheeler. Cameron Joseph Earl. Alice Wu Shu. Matthew Sinclair Hennica. Lindsay Elizabeth Miller. Eli O'Kane Martin. Romy Annabella Palana Kellenbeck. Seth Coates Behringer. Ethan Bruce Howard. Ella Rose Hoffman. Ellie Lee LaFon. James Elliott Morgan. Daniel Thomas Kuhar. Miles Christopher Lotion. Carson Alexandria Hopkins. Ronwin Zar Holbrook. Kayla Joy Monahan. Benjamin Allen Roethlisberger. Kareem Ahmed Mohammed. Alexander Bryson Davis. Hee-Chan Lim. Caroline Jane Jones. Josiah Thomas Showalter III. Heidi Anna Tresser. Charles Huntley Craig. Lamaris Brianna Ratley. Tyler John Vandevoort. Luke Thomas Goforth. Adam Lawar. Stephanie Ann Lee. Jacob Harrison Lee. Eno Labohang Adusei. Taylor Alexis Price. Oscar Ambrose Vorster. Jimena Aguirre. Barrett Elise Frazier Wilkins. Gianna Marie Linares. Ashley Christina Fan. Catherine Grace Rasick. Matthew Haddon Christian. Andrew Warren Thompson. Gibson Jacob Huff. Caleb Taylor Townsend. Michael Wang Chen. Tate Joseph Pospischal. Ace Fulkert Roland.
Tomas Jose Camilio. Alicia Rochelle Cook. Morgan Mackenzie Hendrickson. Sophia Christine Aronson. Marley Spinaccio Parker. Riley Dayton Bump. Jasmine Michelle Abbott. Laura Jane Rudisil. Connor James Marks. Griffin Andrew Hessness. McKenna Riley Evil. Gabri Luell Brewster. Sammy Ferris Al-Hadri. I'm sorry. Rosalind Emma Gruss. Sean Ray Odie.
Way to go, Mom. Thank you. Sure.
Oliver Reed Peacock. Kate Ellen Strickland. Alyssa Brianna Carmack. Ryan Daniel Vogt. Joshua Dwayne Golston. Rebecca Michelle Lowry. Madison Lee Lincolnhoker. Mashnor Nirtor Kabir. Jordan Taylor Minnick. Matthew Kevin McPherson. Shayla Meadow Utzinger. Giovanni Diego Marco Mills. Eunice Sun. Elena Therese Bixby. Justine Patrick Emmanuel Fabia Regular. Grace Alden Salih. Martin Carl Forsman.
Congratulations.
Rachel and Ache Frimpong. Brian Keith Mitchell Jr. Colin Payne Holly. Katen Malin Stewart. Mamet Yasin Dilek. Jack Christensen Calvert. Roston Teji Morris. Kayla Prosperity Blackman. Winston Douglas Smith III. Anna Larissa Shuchuk. Jasmine Ashanti Early.
Daniel Faiz Salem. Joel Isaac Hodges. Isaac J. Sudweeks. Aaron Sudweeks. Vishvesa Krishna Shrithar. Quincy Nicole Urban. Trinity Elaine Zirk. Austin Tyler Wright. Raven Mackenzie Margison. Darius Lamar Norris.
Thank you.
aka Larry, out of here. Faith Hae-sun Kang.
Congratulations.
Bradley Chanel Gregg. Jacob Alexander Goad. Aiden Michael Seeley. Leo Yang. Alexandra Lynn Gerard. Ethan Mark Young.
We got 6 cards. Wow. Congratulations. They're waiting on you.
Go ahead, Ben.
James John Shabest III.
Wait for your parents. Ben.
Hetty Grace Robertson. Noah Ryan Tagg.
Stop right there for a picture.
That way, that way, that way.
Dalton Lucas Haynes. Ella Corinne Goldschmidt. Jeffrey Grant Ogle. Cole Robert Lewis. Juan Mai DeWong. Lynn Raba. Landon Clay Lawrence. Connor Thomas Cross. Andrew Waparum. Roynisha Tatiana Denny McElveen. Blaze Philip Butler. Claire Marie Branscombe. Nima Adrian Amadian. Maggie Grace Kreiner. Daniel Ryan Ollinger. Gemma Bretzelara.
Congratulations.
Eli Boffman Reinhardt. Amina Marie Kabali. Emily Gibson Barron. Nathan Brady Gallagher. L. Cedric Means Christensen. Daniel Zhao. Cyrus Lee. Fernando Santiago. Cullen Philip Herring. Jesselyn Nicole Long. Aram Ryder Skandarian. Thomas James Willis.
Next up, Noah Scott.
On behalf of the faculty and staff of Blacksburg High School, thank you to all the volunteers, fire department, police department. Special shout out to our school board members. And that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen.